Welcome to the Hollywood Scholar. I'm Jed Morgan, and the financial viability of Disney going forward has been a conversation I and others have been having on the roundtable for several weeks now, and it seems like we have a new feather in our cap to prove our assumptions and predictions correct. Disney is just not in a financially viable position as it would seem from their marketing, from their statements, from everything like that. It's just not as good of a position because things cost more these days. They're losing the Reedy Creek deal, and they're audience is down by a significant margin. For example, the Black Panther 2 audience is down 40% from the Black Panther 1 audience, and it's making significantly less money on top of that, even with inflation, to try and fill in that gap there. And Black Panther, I never said it wasn't going to make money. I actually predicted that it was going to be the best box office in Phase 4 several months ago, and it seems like that's going to be the case. It's going to probably hit between 7 and 9 million is where I'm thinking. It might cross $1 billion because it's already doing a little bit better than Doctor Strange at the domestic. It just depends on how long they're going to keep it in the theaters versus the previous ones of this year. 45 days seem to be the average for Disney this year. Maybe they'll do it longer, maybe not. But Black Panther is not the movie I want to talk about today. It is their new animated film, Strange World, which I have no interest in seeing. I barely knew it existed before a couple weeks ago because the marketing campaign has been non-existent. Strange World is just doing abysmally at the box office. Now, there is an argument to be made because the marketing was just not there for this movie. So some people are saying that Disney specifically chose to drop it in the shadow of Black Panther with no marketing to let it out to die. That is still just as good of an argument for the current state of Disney as if they believed in it and wanted to push it really hard because they knew that their product was garbage, so they just tried to get rid of it as fast as possible. I mean, they're saying why theatrical was the best decision for Doomed Tune. That's just Deadline trying to cope. But there is an argument to be made that they just thought it was going to be a garbage movie, so they just threw it out as quickly as possible in the worst way possible, try to recoup as much as possible in Thanksgiving weekend. I think that might be closer to the truth, but whether or not that's true or they really believed in this movie and are surprised about its current box office projections, there's still, either way, an argument to be made about how Disney is not in as stable a position as they project out into the world. For the actual box office, the numbers are abysmal. We're looking at 18 million domestically and 9 internationally. This is a Disney animated feature. This should be a juggernaut. This is doing worse than Lightyear, and Lightyear was a massive flop. We're at 27 million worldwide. And this movie had a budget of $180 million. This movie needs to make almost $400 million just to break even. There's no way. This movie could end up losing $200 million in the end, perhaps even far, far more than that. That is not a good sign for Disney, whether or not they specifically chose to drop it there to get it out of the way and just make it disappear as a bad movie. Whether or not that's true, this is a bad situation. $180 million with half of that just disappearing. And then you add in whatever marketing in is. That's really bad. I just can't harp on enough how horrendous this is. And the predictions were significantly higher. They still predicted it was going to be a flop, but it's still coming in well below the flop predictions that were coming out. It's just a hilarious situation to see. And as we've heard in recent weeks, not even Disney Plus is doing that well. As it seems like former CEO Bob Chapek may have been cooking the books to hide Disney Plus's financial failure. And some of the arguments in here are $1.8 billion of loss, and some predictions are well higher than that, even up to double that. Disney is not a financially viable company, not like you'd imagine it would be from the face that they put out there, not from the juggernaut franchises that they own, not from the box office that they rake in, not from their park revenue. Their expenses are just so high and their audience is down so much that they are struggling right now. And this is something that you'd never think to actually happen to a company like Disney, a multi-billion-dollar company like Disney. They are bleeding. They are hemorrhaging money. And it's just hilarious to see after all the horrible decisions that they've made in recent years. And I'm here for it. I want them to crash and burn. I want them to have to sell Marvel, sell Star Wars, and go back to making movies based on the quality of the story and not by the diversity of the cast involved. It's that simple. I want story to come first. If diversity is included, that cool, whatever. But Disney deserves all this. They have made this bed, and it is time for them to lie in the financial disaster that they have wrought. But anyway, that's all I have for today. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Anon.
Hey, yo, are you feeling what I'm doing up in here? Oh, I know you are. Do you miss all the good, compelling stories that we used to get back in Hollywood that they ain't putting down no more? I know you missing it. So check out my book series, Odyssey of a Phoenix, a mythological epic about philosophy, morality, and modern day mental illness issues, baby. Book 1, Down in Flames. Book 2, Apocalypse Then. These are currently on sale. What are you waiting for? Get your hands on them. And we got Book 3, Kill the Dark, is coming down the pipeline. Just wait for all the good stuff that's dropping. You ain't gonna be disappointed, fam.